What is up, guys? Welcome back to Borch Crypto. Welcome to a new crypto project review. Today we are going to be checking out Fayda. So Fayda is a very cool Web3 game that you can play, and I think this project is really interesting and original, so I thought I would share with you guys. So they have an information page here where they explain everything on the game, and we're going to be checking it out. Okay, so first of all, this is the intro. So currently the cryptocurrency space is undergoing global transformations. Traditional finance institutions are trying to take away users' independence and individuality in an attempt to control their cryptocurrency operations, which is completely true, as you guys know. From 2009 to 2017, banks underestimated the seriousness of this market, but today they recognize the potential threats to their business. DeFi is basically going after CeFi. You obviously guys know the advantages of decentralized finance compared to centralized finance. You're truly the owner of your assets, and this is kind of dangerous for centralized finance. So the market needs new exciting projects focused on direct interaction with decentralized exchange systems or smart contracts, expanding the possibilities of this technology. Technologies became outdated and perform their functions differently than intended, and this dynamic also applies to the modern economy, changes in which are not always predictable. In 2020, humanity faced a serious challenge, COVID-19 pandemic. This situation forced millions of people to stay at home and led to the shutdown of business worldwide. To support the economy, central banks took measures including lowering interest rates and issuing additional funds. This monetary response led to the widespread provision of cheap, unsecured loans, causing a significant increase in inflation. Inflation is bad, but the economy, if it lacks circulating money, becomes stagnant, like still water turning into a swamp. So the continuous issuance of new money is abnormal, and the new money is involved not only in consumption, but also in developing new technologies to expand the economy. These events inspired us to create the Fayda game. It incorporates familiar mechanisms used in the circulation of money in society. However, unlike macroeconomics, our game is created using smart contracts, ensuring absolute transparency and clarity of all financial operations. The Web3 segment is filled with projects where most ideas are repetitive and aimed only at the quick enrichment of developers. Our game is generally a working product that utilizes the capabilities of Web3 technologies. The main idea of the project is that in the event of losses in the game, if a player used loss compensation insurance, they can receive compensation equivalent to the loss amount in Fayda tokens. Loss compensation insurance is the amount in Fayda tokens that a player must have at the time of entering the game. An important figure determining the amount of loss compensation insurance is the insurance rate, a coefficient that is updated once a day and depends on activity in the project. Players' profits are subject to a tax, the size of which may change during the game and depends on the Fayda rate. All taxes and most of the fees go to the purchase and burning of Fayda in the pool, creating obviously scarcity, to which 85% of the issued Fayda tokens were sent during the creation. The wrap BNB and Fayda pool is deployed on the decentralized exchange pancake swap v2, and the liquidity token is destroyed, so they have no ownership over that pool, guys. So let's go over how the actual game works. So first step, game creation. The game creator selects their number from 1 to 100, specifies the number of players, entry cost, and deposits this amount, including a 2% fee. The game creator can enable loss compensation to protect themselves from losses, requiring a specified amount of Fayda tokens on their address. So the participation in the game, the player selects their number from 1 to 100 and pays the entry, including a 2% fee. The chosen number must be at least 10 points away from other players' numbers. When entering the game, the participant can enable loss compensation to protect themselves from losses, requiring a specified amount of Fayda tokens on their address. Third step is result processing. Once the last player joins the game, it enters a results processing waiting mode. The closure of the game and the allocation of shares to participants are initiated when new players join any other game. During game closure, a random number from 1 to 100 is generated based on the block hash. The further the player's number from the random number, the larger their share of the game budget. Conversely, the closer the player's number to the random number, the smaller their share. So if a player's share is higher than the amount they deposited, excluding the 2% fee, a profit tax is deducted. The profit tax in BNB goes to the liquidity pool, to their token for buyback and burning. Okay, if you have the loss compensation enabled, you will receive a compensation equal to the loss amount in their token. Okay, and here we have the blockchain and security step, which obviously just showcases and highlights how this is all recording the blockchain, and it simply cannot be altered. Okay, here they explain how they generate the number in a random and a fair way, and here is the calculation of game results. So you can go over this. This is just kind of the math behind all the profit that you can make in the game, which is pretty simple. You have the insurance rate, the fees, and the tokens, the liquidity pool. Here we have the tokenomics, which I want to go over. So here you have the contract address. You can check it out. The initial token supply is 50 million. The symbol is Fayda, decimals 18, and this is the token distribution. So 85% of the whole token supply is going to be allocated to the liquidity pool, which is crazy. I mean, it is really good for the game. 5% is held by the project developers. 2.5% is used for the marketing. 2.5 is locked for marketing of the tic-tac-toe game, which is obviously a new project they have their hands on. 2.5% is locked for another game called Predictor, and 2.5 is locked for figures game. So obviously they have a total of 7.5% reserved for the marketing of new games, which is kind of fair in my opinion, that they want to grow their ecosystem. Here you have the Twitter and the Telegram, you can check it out. And here you have the smart contract, so you can read every single line of code that is behind this game. So it is more transparent than this. I mean, I don't know, guys, like this is the highest degree of transparency that you can ask. This is obviously a really nice way of gaining the trust of new players. Here you have the insurance rate, the circulation, the price of their token, the smart contract, and the roadmap. So we're going to check out the roadmap right now. So first of all, they have launched the game. First of all, it's obviously launching the game Fayda, which is already live. Then they are going to tackle tic-tac-toe, which obviously you all guys know. Then they're going to launch Predictor, which is a game based on the actual prediction of the insurance rate in the future. And lastly, they are going to be launching the game Figures, which is kind of a Tetris or something like that, right? So really cool roadmap. I mean, they are obviously focusing on developing interesting and cool Web3 mini games. And yeah, I mean, this is how it works. These are the currently open games, so you can see all the different options here, which are pretty cool. So here you have for example, the game 121, which requires only 2 players. Here, for example, there's 2 out of 4 players, 1 out of 2, 1 out of 4. So here you have the game budget, which is the total amount that will be kind of on the price. So you will play for half of this amount, because obviously this player has already paid the other half. And here you can see the number that he has picked, which is 12. And if you enter, you will choose another number. Again, guys, it is really simple. I'm just going to join this game here just to see how it works. The game budget is 0.2 BNBs. So let's just go ahead and play this game. I can select a number, so he has picked 84. I'm going to be picking number for example 1. I'm feeling confident it's going to be away from this number, so let's go ahead and play and see how it goes from here. Okay, so waiting for the transaction confirmation. So now we have to wait and see how it goes, guys. All right, so waiting for the results. As you can see, guys, it is processing right now. And now it is kind of up here instead of down below. This is the number I picked in the red fish, and this is the number that the opponent has chosen, which is 84. So again, it's just processing, so let's wait for the results, guys. So quick note, guys, while it is processing, so here you can see that my deposit is 0.1 BNBs, excluding the 2% commission, which is obviously what they keep. And I think it is really fair. Like, it is a low amount. It is 0.02 BNB for this exact amount. And yeah, I mean, I think it's fair. I think it's really interesting, guys, to note the loss insurance, which is almost $50 in their worth in their tokens if you have that similar amount. Here we can see the loss insurance, which means that if you had it on and I lost, for example, I would be receiving $48 in their tokens, which is pretty crazy. So again, guys, if you go into information here, and you see we're currently in step 3, so result processing. So guys, we're currently in the result processing step. So as you can see, the closure of the game and the allocation, blah 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 blah. During the game closure, a random number is generated from the block hash. The further the player's number from the random number, the larger their share of the game budget. So obviously, in my case, if it is close to 1, I'm pretty much screwed, and otherwise it is good for me. Okay, so really simple. I mean, you just need to be away from the number that is drawn. Okay, guys, well, I had to do some stuff, so my outfits changed. It's another day, but the game finished, and guess what? If you go to my history, you will see here I actually won. Why? Because I picked 1, and it was way closer to his number than mine. So the number was 95, then the drawn number was 95, and it's way closer to his than mine. I win. There's a 50% profit tax, which is pretty high, but it also varies according to the price of BNB and stuff. So keep that in mind, guys. You're not keeping 100% of the profit that you're going to be winning. As you can see, the profit is down here. It is 0.04 almost BNBs, which is pretty nice. Remember the cost was 0.1, and yeah, I mean it was a pretty good profit. So it's pretty simple. As you can see, there is some going on right now. There is a different amount that you can join, but that's pretty much how it works. So again, really original, guys. Here you can see the insurance rate. Again, it's really interesting. Like, if you do this, I recommend you having some Fayda tokens to cover your ass, that's to say, because I think it's smart to have always a plan B. I mean, just think, if you don't win, you can have the option to have some insurance with their tokens. I mean, it's paid back to you in their tokens, so it's an interesting option. But that's pretty much it for Fayda, guys. Again, all the information is here on the website on this tab. You can go here and get more information for the tokenomics, the tax, and the different ways in which this whole game works. Their socials are going to be down below as well, so you can check them out. And I think it is a really interesting project. If they work on marketing, they can get new all-time highs for sure. And if this gets going and gets more players going on, I think it's going to be a really cool thing in Web3 space. Again, there's currently a lot of games open. You can join and you can create your own game. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, that's how it works. I think everything's clear on my side, guys. Make sure to comment below your thoughts. Remember, this is not financial advice, guys. Do always your own research on crypto projects and stuff. I just think this one's nice, worth mentioning, and worth having on your radar. That's pretty much it, guys. Remember to comment below your thoughts, leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next crypto project review. Bro.